So I had our internal guys like, hey, send me every block, send me every missed block, made block, from one knee, traditional, everything over the last 2 years. And I think it was like 3,247 blocks, if I'm not mistaken, but it was a lot. And I had time. And so I just put together this entire thing, and I filtered out everything that was kind of like a wild pitch where it was like completely out of zone or way yanked where neither one of the setups are going to actually get to. And then I just categorized everything, the middle and then to the sides. And essentially what I looked at was one knee was superior than traditional. Now, there were some anomalies in there. There were a lot of times where traditional, could they get to the further ones out laterally? Yes, they could. But one thing that really stood out when I looked at the ratio was the majority of blocks that are made in game, roughly around 80%, were right down in between the batter's boxes. And that had a higher percent of misses from what I saw within traditional. And so for me, I'm going to err on the side of one knee where I'm going to be able to make more of the blocks down the middle, which are the higher percentage of the blocks or the pitches in the dirt thrown. That makes sense. So that was just me doing my own little thing for the last 2 years, based off of video research and categorizing everything. And then I think Baseball America came out a couple years later talking about the blocks and talking about like, hey, yeah, like they did it 1 year and it favored not a huge high percentage, but it did favor one knee. And then all of a sudden it came out the following year and it favored one knee again. So I think the biggest thing is I think a lot of guys see traditional blocks and they've always seen it for years and years. And then when something new comes in and something doesn't look right or it's a miss, it just raises the heightened awareness of it. Like, oh, look, there's a block. But yet people go online and they'll post the missed block from one knee, but then the same day they didn't post the 3 that were missed out of traditional back in the day. Mm-hmm. And now everybody's in, for the most part, a one knee system to some degree. And so we're seeing less and less traditional. So every block that we see that's missed is now out of a one knee. And so it's like, yeah, see, there it is. It's like, okay, well, there's nobody catching from traditional, so it's not like we can show you traditional blocks that are missed. Like, so
and it's
I just
not like every time a guy's in traditional, they block it. I mean, that's the part that's like, oh yeah, he would have blocked it on 2 feet. It's like, no, that's not true. Like,
right,
you know. Yeah. So that's the.
I just wish there was a little bit more fair balance. You know, I think the balance is the biggest thing for me. And then looking at the athlete as a whole, like there's guys that I would put in traditional and there's guys that I would put in one knee. I'm not fully sold like, hey, everybody's on a knee. But I do think there's some issue with like looking at the athlete as a whole, looking at their mobility, what they can and can't do. And are they successful in that setup? And then you make the determination as a coach of what's best for that player.
If you enjoyed that, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll have a new episode for you every single Tuesday here on our YouTube channel and wherever you listen to podcasts.